Okay, hi everybody. So this is my part two for the week one assignment. Um, I wanted to reflect on how my informed consent document supports the ethical principles of autonomy and non-maleficence, while also incorporating my cultural considerations, including some of the ICWA principles. So first, my document supports the autonomy by clearly explaining Alex's rights, including his ability to make decisions about his care, ask questions, and control what information is shared. I tried to pay particular attention to confidentiality, especially since his parents are involved in the payment process, to ensure that his privacy and his voice is still protected. So secondly, the principle of non-maleficence or do not harm is addressed by explaining the, by outlining the limits of confidentiality and my responsibility to act if there are any safety concerns. So this ensures that from the beginning, Alex understands that his well-being is my priority. And then in addition, I also incorporated cultural responsiveness and then the principles of the Indian Child Welfare Act, or ICWA. So in my work and values, it's important to recognize the role of culture, family, and tribal connections in a person's identity and in their healing process. So by including this in the informed consent, I'm acknowledging that ethical care is not a one-size-fits-all, and that it does need to reflect the client's background and their lived experiences. I also believe that my consent-conformed empowers Alex by making expectations clear and inviting him to the process rather than making the decision for him. I do believe, though, that the most important part of the informed consent is the conversation that goes around it, not just moving through the document. So the form can't replace human connection. And so I would take the time to go through the document with Alex, make sure that I'm checking for his understanding and creating a space for Alex to be able to ask questions. And then I would also be mindful to how he's feeling in the moment. And then to make sure that he's feeling heard, they're respected and safe. So I think it's important when you're considering cultural identity, because trust is built through respect, listening, and genuine understanding of a person. And so I feel like it's more than just a form. It's like starting the foundation for an ethical, respectful, and culturally responsive counseling relationship. Okay, thank you.